Happy Monday, guys. Here we are with another Monday motivational. And let me tell you what, guys, sometimes on Mondays, like I was telling you guys right before I hit record on this, we're not so motivated, right? And motivation kind of comes and goes. And you have to remember this. What's the alternative? Right. So like for me, yes, I didn't feel good for 3/4 of the day. So because I work from home, I was able to shift my time and energy of where I was going to when I was going to decide to work, right? So like today, for example, normally I try to get the most work done in the morning. However, I wasn't feeling the greatest. So I did stuff that I could do that I didn't have to utilize my brain power too much, meaning interactions, also doing some reading and personal development. But there was less time that I spent talking to people where I needed to be really sharp on my game because I wasn't feeling good. And sometimes when our concentration's not the greatest, or we're just, not really feeling all the best, at least for me, I don't perform at my best, right? So, anyways, the second half of my day, instead of changing the hours that I had to go into physically work, I'm able to shift it in the second part or the last probably like 6 hours of my day. I have been straight in the grind, following up with some of my customers that were sampling. Why? Well, because you guys, our customers and our samplers are always going to make the best promoters because they have the most experience with our products. So double QV and double fast starts, that's a great time for people to get started promoting. They're going to hit their VIPs quicker. They're going to have better checks a lot quicker, right? But I always want to caution anytime we have double QV. Okay, I think it's very, very important that if you're going to really highly promote that you're going to make sure that volume is going to be replaced in the following month, right? So really making sure that people that are purchasing that double QV or one of their upgrades, that they're getting those samples out, that they're really utilizing getting customers, helping people hit their VIP bonuses, making sure that you're just not selling packs to sell packs to get the volume to hit a rank or an advancement one time and then fall next month, right? So make sure that anybody that's coming in or any old promoters that are ordering these packs, make sure that you are really, really drilling in, getting those samples in people's hands, and creating a very good duplicatable system right out of the gate, because you don't want to finish up with the double QV and then be down a crap ton of volume the following month, right? So you want to make sure that volume is going to be replaced with real customers and real promoters coming in, hitting their VIPs. While this is a great opportunity, and then him throwing in these double fast starts, you guys, yeah, I was just double checking that because it's literally on all packs. So there's not a certain amount, which is crazy. I don't know that we've ever had that, like where you didn't have to have a certain amount to hit and get qualified for double. Have we, Jackie? Oh, hold on, let me hit the button. I just realized I didn't hit unmute on you.
Hi guys, happy Monday. And no, I've never seen this before. This is a very interesting promo, and I think it's just he's excited, right? So yeah, all the packs qualifies, whether that's classic or elite. Okay, so any upgrade package that you sell right now, you're gonna make double volume, right? Double volume and double commissions. Sorry, their email came out today, right? So you get double commissions on any of the packs, whether that's classic or elite. And then I believe the double QV is for brand new promoters. I should pull it up. Let me just double check those exactly what it is. Yeah, the double QV is on, what is this one? Is on brand new. I don't remember if this is classic. First time upgrade package orders. So it's not just elite, it's actually classic. So get paid double fast starts on all the upgrade packages. Get double QV if it's a first time upgrade package order. Okay, so that is key. It's not just PPA. So that means if you guys were to have a customer who converts over to a promoter and they bought an upgrade package, that QV would double for you and everybody in your organization.
Yeah, so I think that's super important to know. And actually, I like that because I actually am glad, and I don't know how I somehow missed that. But I'm glad because that's helping those people hit those VIP like VIP 400, VIP 800, VIP 1600 very quickly out of the gate, and it's helping them also get double fast starts. Like, wow, I mean, that right there is amazing whenever you have a new promoter. So I mean, you have somebody coming in and say they get a 200 pack or their customers get a 200 pack, or the new promoter has a 200 pack. Well, they're already at 400. They just got to get a customer that has something, right? But also, aside from that, you guys, we're in the second half of the month. So those of you guys that don't know, anybody that joins from this part of the month on, they are literally going to have this volume from this month, from the 15th on, added into February. Okay. So like, just in case you guys didn't know that, if you join after the 15th of the month. And the only reason I'm touching on this is because my 6-year anniversary was actually January 15th of 2017. So 6 years officially being a thriver. And my volume had rolled over in the month of from the month of January into February. And that most certainly did help in growing and running hard to try to hit my goals. So, it doesn't roll over for my, whoever my sponsor is or anything like that. It just rolls over for me. So like, it's not like it, next month, say Jackie joined me today and she got 12, we'll say 2000 in volume. This month, her 2000 on February 1st would still be there, although that 2000 would disappear for me. So it gets a little bit confusing, but I'm not going to get into all of that business. Just talk to your upline if you sign somebody and you have questions about how that all works. But it is beneficial. But then again, on March 1st, you're starting at 0, just like the rest of us. And you have to try to do that, which was actually the case for me, you guys. I came in and you guys know I grew really fast. And I finished up my first like month and a half with 133,000 or something like that. And on March 1st, when I went back to 0, I had a goal to go 200K that month. And I actually went 200K on March 24th of 2017. So it was like run, run, run. But in order for me to promote as quickly as I did, and we didn't have any double of anything at that point, but in order for me to promote, I'm going to tell you the secret sauce was being focused on VIPs. It literally was like everybody coming in. We got them all in a chat. We were talking to them, had them go get their 2 customers, had them go get their 2 promoters, and everybody was pushing for VIP 800, VIP 1600. We didn't have VIP 400 back then. So with that said, this time of the year is an outstanding time. If you have not ever been good with the duplication process of those VIPs or helping your customers thrive for free, any of my customers that are ordering or wanting to thrive for free, I am really, really encouraging them right now to make sure they're sharing. Why? Because what are people's New Year's resolutions? And guess what week we're in? Let's see. What's today? 17th, 16th. So in 2 days, or no, 5 days, we're going to be officially 3 weeks in to the new year, right? And you guys, most people fall off of their New Year's resolutions about that time. So they're looking to shift it. Maybe they thought they were going to do a hardcore diet that was like, whatever, they're giving up all this stuff. Highly recommend putting those testimonies out there right now about Elite. You guys, last week, literally the day that we launched Elite for everybody, I had made a simple post about being down 6 pounds from that previous Friday of starting. Now, with that said, I think it's important to say that not everybody's going to have immediate results. So do not ever promise people that they are going to lose weight, because you don't know if they're eating like Big Macs all day long. You don't know calories in, calories out that somebody is doing following a healthy lifestyle and so forth, right? However, what you do know is different people's testimonies. People are saying that they have less appetite. Even with me not feeling the greatest today, you guys, I ate really good. Like really, really good. I literally, actually, I just realized I had fish twice today. Because I had tuna mixed with a little bit of mayo on a pickle for lunch. And then I had actually catfish for dinner, which I never liked catfish, but it was actually breaded, and but I don't eat it on a bun. So whatever, give or take a little bit, right? With that said, I think it's important right now that if you have customers that you have signing up, that you're helping them. Like, do they need help with like foods to eat? Are they in like our customer group? You guys, their testimonies, if somebody messages you and tells you an incredible testimony that they have, share, take a screenshot, ask them if it's okay if you share it. Take a screenshot, share it in your stories, ask them if you can make a post about it. And in fact, as I'm saying this, that's exactly what happened with Jackie, right? Like that, like twin asked her, like, hey, make a post about this. Like, hey, can I take a screenshot of this? Because sometimes people, I know for myself, I don't see my own results. But if I take a screen, like I take a picture and I put them side by side, I'm like, oh, wow. But somebody else always sees a bigger difference than what I do. Okay. Somebody else always sees a bigger difference. But what do people want? And I want to say this really, really quickly. When you are trying to find out information about something, what do? You type it into your search engine, right? I highly recommend creating searchable content. Why do I say that? Listen, you are a problem solver for somebody, right? So if your post shares a solution of some kind, whether that's having more energy, whether that's having weight loss, whether that is having less appetite, being more focused, whether that's how somebody's able to pay for their groceries, somebody's able to buy gas in their car, tomorrow's payday. So if your paycheck tomorrow is a great amount, like a huge amount, or it's a little bit of an amount, it's still more than the person that didn't get paid. Right? It's still more than the person that didn't get paid. And in order for you to create that paycheck to be higher, you have to share it out with people. You have to create some kind of system that you're working every day. Because just like this Zoom meeting that we're on right now, I think it's super important to make sure you guys are putting this out there. Because if people don't know what you have to offer and people don't know what you have to share or what kind of solutions, they don't know why to join you. I was watching a video just a little bit ago, and one of the biggest things, in fact, I'm going to go to my notes because I was taking them. The top 3 things that somebody said was important on a daily basis for your business was 1, consistency, right? Because if you were talking to somebody 3 months ago and all of a sudden you quit talking about your business, you quit talking about the product, you quit talking about the solutions, and then one of their other friends starts posting about, who's going to be the one they reach out to and ask? The other person. Why? Because they don't even know if you're doing it anymore. And the other person's the one that's putting it out there, right? Believing in the opportunity and the products. If you don't believe in what it is that you're doing, you're going to have a heck of a time getting somebody else to believe why they should do it or try it. Right. And then also, yeah, it comes back to kind of the consistency. You can't quit, just like putting it out there. So you don't have to like floodgate your pages by any means. However, incorporate it in a daily basis. And the best way to do that, you guys, is literally documenting your journey. Like, quit trying to sell stuff to people, but document what it is that you're doing on a daily basis, whether that's you reading because you're trying to grow yourself, your mind, um, you know, ideas of how you want to overcome or strengthen a skill. And then make sure that, and besides the fact of you it helping your mindset, it's also going to be something that you can turn around and teach. It's content that you can turn around and share with other people, whether they're in your business, watching you as a potential, or somebody on there that, just like didn't know that something, whatever piece of information it is that you have to share, help them. Right. I share silly recipes and weird stuff I do all the time. And honestly, sometimes those posts are my most engaged posts. And just like a little bit ago, I made a before and after picture. And while I didn't say necessarily thrive in it, I talked about how the first picture was me at 30 years old. And the second picture was me at 41, and next month I turned 42, and how much, wow, I look younger, I look healthier. And I talk about taking supplements almost daily for the last decade. How I quit smoking cigarettes, how I had, like, over 11 years ago, right? How I had changed my diet, my exercise, started incorporating healthy life choices. I am now following a career path that I get to help people on a daily basis. And honestly, that stress has literally been life changing. And the reality of it is, you guys, we see people passing away so early and so young now. People should do what they love and to be happy on, like, that's our kids. I don't know if you're a parent, your kids are watching you and they're going to learn by your example. And that comes in every avenue, whether you pursue your dreams, whether you believe in yourself to, like, go out there and try crazy things and put in the work. Listen, my kids say that I am one of the hardest workers. They don't even know how I accomplish some of the stuff that I accomplish on a daily basis, right? The busier I am, the more productive I am. The more things I have to do and cross off my checklist for the day, the more productive I am. And you might be one of those people. So if you, like, for me, staying at home is hard. It is hard. Okay. Because I have to get up in the morning and take the kids to school and stuff. But my problem arises when I look up and I realize I have 20 million things to do here at the house, and I have to sit down and focus and try to work my business. And then people don't think I'm actually working, and I get left, right, and I'm all over, and I don't get as much done. However, when I was working at the hospital, when I had a paper due, I was writing in my first book, co-authoring, buddy, I was like probably at the peak of growing myself, like in business and getting good grades and all these things. Why? Because I had deadlines. If I didn't do it right now, I wasn't going to get it done. So create some kind of, if you're at home and you are struggling to get consistent, say that you're not allowed to do this until you get X, Y, and Z done, right? So are you sending messages daily to people? Right? I'm not talking about will you start Thrive. Okay. I'm talking about just making those connections every day, reaching out. That could be somebody just promoted in whatever job they have, or maybe somebody just got married or they just had a baby. Shoot them a message. in your, like, in their inbox. Or if you're in groups, be intentional about interaction on posts that you are gravitating to. Have those conversations and compliment people, reaching out to new people right now, you guys. And then you also need to have posts out there and in your stories, wherever it is that you're doing it. You got to remember, you can have written content, you could have audio content, you can have visual content. What is it that you are most comfortable doing? And whatever that is, stick to it, right? So like if you love going live and making videos and good at like talking, and that's how you feel like you communicate better, then make more videos to post, right? Post them in reels, post them in stories, post them on your timeline, post them everywhere. If you are better at making written content, then post it on Facebook, post it on Instagram, put it on text with some like some sounds in the background or something for your TikToks. Like if you don't like being in person, it's okay. Just get a plain old picture that you took outside your house and stick word content to be able to pass over, like to put on your TikTok. Like it doesn't have to be your face, right? For your content all the time there. Or in reels, whatever, if you don't use TikTok. If you are better with just audio, again, do a picture and just talk. Just do a voiceover on those audios so that people can hear what it is that you have to share. Put it on a podcast. And again, pictures and just utilize the audio so you don't like people to look at your face when you're talking. Whatever it is, you guys, find what it is that creates your excitement. Where are you most excited? And then that's how you want to make sure you're getting out there, especially right now with this elite launch. I cannot, oh, you guys, if you have not told people about elite yet, and I know that might be hard if you don't have weight to lose, you're not super excited about weight loss products, maybe you have a long way to go and you're afraid to talk about weight loss products because you have stumbled and fallen off the wagon so many times. I'm saying that because I used to struggle big time with talking about weight loss products because I was over 300 pounds. And I felt like, why are people going to listen to me when I am overweight? Well, to be honest with you, take them on your journey. Take them on your journey. And if you fall off the wagon, guess what? That's the most relatable thing you could do, is when you fall off the wagon and up, you get back up. Because most people that have ever struggled with their weight, it's a lifelong battle. And talk about the healthy changes, not actually about the number on the scale or how many inches you've lost, but talk about how you used to grab for pop or soda, whatever you call it, every day. And now you're drinking water, and you're drinking the alkaline water. You guys, like, your body can't, like, acidic states, if you just switch to drinking alkaline water and then maybe spring water at a meal, because if you're too much alkalized, you might have some trouble with constipation. But like talking about positive changes, adding thirst in, or adding our Pink Pro or something, how it's helped you kind of get off of this soda kick, or having one of our the ouis or something. I promise you, taking people on that journey is going to be the relatable thing. So if you struggle because A, you don't have weight to lose, or B, maybe you're super overweight and you feel like you don't have good enough before and that's a really real thing. So if somebody over here struggles, if you struggle with sharing weight loss products because you don't have weight to lose or you're overweight, please listen to me now, okay? It's not about you. It's about others. It's about what you can help the other person achieve. I sold skinny wraps, for God's sakes, you guys, and I was not skinny. And I actually had people tell me, Amanda, how can you sell skinny wraps if you're not skinny? Well, I said, I sell them. I didn't say that I was using them right and that I wasn't going to McDonald's and I wasn't eating like a little piglet at the time, because I was. Okay. These are my coworkers that said this to me. And I was like, the product works. I don't know what to tell you. And you guys, I was in the top 150 of that company, and I was at the absolute heaviest I have ever been in my entire life. And yes, I sell products that were for weight loss and tighten tone and firm your skin. But so that just goes to show it doesn't matter what size you are or where you need to be. It matters who you are helping and what it is that you have a solution for the person watching you, the person that is wanting to join, right? Just like if you're not successful, you've never been successful in this type of business, guess what? Doesn't mean you can't help somebody become a millionaire. You absolutely can. You have the same tools that anybody else that joins does. So yes, Julianne said a sense of urgency. So right now we know that this double QV, the double fast starts at least in Sunday. The double QV will be till the end of the month. You want to create an urgency on this, get a deal on this now, right? If you've ever thought about doing this, I can help you earn VIP, like this VIP 400, but they need to hear what that translates into. Okay. They don't know, your customers don't know what VIP 400, VIP 800, VIP 1600 means. What would you do with an extra $200, an extra $400 by Tuesday? Bam. If you never thought about that, that's a post. What would you do with an extra $400 by next Tuesday? What would you do with an extra $500 by next Tuesday? You guys, that's VIP. Like literally VIP 800 is like, what is it? Like 660, roughly 660, plus you get 200 in credits.
It was, and
Yeah.
it still could be if you guys push the upgrade pack. So definitely try to do that. But they did make it a little bit easier where it doesn't have to be the upgrade packs. So if you guys do not sell the upgrade packs, that number is going to look a little bit less. How I basically train VIP, I tell the dollar amount of what you'll make in a bonus. So if you get VIP 800, you're going to get a $400 USD bonus, $200 in credits, which is more than we used to get before they made those changes. Plus the fast start bonuses and commissions, it will depend on what you sell. So yeah, they're going to get quite a bit in stuff. And yeah. So anyways, I actually filmed a brand new VIP video just because we had some of those changes and stuff that went through, and they're super helpful, you guys. I want to say that, VIPs, like teaching it to somebody in the first 2 weeks that they start the business is crucial. Whether they get it or not, they still have to know how to do it, because the moment they have a brand new promoter that comes in, they're going to have to teach that person how to do it. So really, really important, you guys. I don't know if we've had a video in like a bit, but I did film one yesterday. I will share it to the Dream Team training page just so you guys are, anyone that comes in, right? Because we're at the time right now that if you guys get a brand new promoter on board, a lot of you guys are going to be like, oh my God, I haven't done this in a while, right? Like, what am I supposed to do, right? So it's always nice. I mean, I'm sure there's lots of videos out there that you normally use, but if you want to use a fresh one, I'll throw it out there for you guys. Another thing that I wanted to talk about, yes, on fire with like posting and some of those things, but 2 tips. What was I totally forgot about one of them, but something that's been really helping me personally in my business right now. Okay. I actually shared this last night on Sunday Night Zoom. I also saw in the comments, I posted the recording for last night's Zoom in the Dream Team training page. So if you guys want to revisit that, you guys can. But something that's been really helping me is every single morning when I wake up, I am talking to my brand new thrivers. Okay. If you guys do not have a brand new thriver, it's time to get one, right? Like try to really put that on your list of things to do. Like I want to attract a brand new thriver this week. I want to get people on board. And until you have that brand new thriver, you're going to wake up and try to like find one, right? So every single morning right now, I'm talking to my brand new thrivers. I'm just like rise and thrive. Some of them are messaging me before I message them, which is absolutely incredible, you guys. It is honestly the best feeling when your efforts are reciprocated to your customer, you guys. That is amazing. Same thing goes for a promoter, right? We don't want to be the only one reaching out, because what does that feel like to us? It's just like, well, I'm doing what I'm doing, but like they're not reciprocating, right? So reciprocation is like amazing. Anyways, so that's something that's been brightening up my day, and I'm asking them the right questions, you guys. You ask them the right questions. And then that way, like some of your text or your conversations and stuff, it can turn into content, right? When they say that they're feeling amazing, or let's just say even if they're not, right? But you answer a question that a lot of people have, right? If you're answering people's frequently asked questions and you're sticking it out there online, you're kind of like addressing the elephant in the room. Like one of my, I'll give you guys an example so it's a little bit clearer for you guys. One of my friends was like, I feel a little bit more tired today, right? How I answered him was like, it's totally normal. Keep on drinking water. I'm like, it's normal if you wake up a little bit tired in the morning. As soon as you pop your capsules, you're going to feel amazing, right? And what my answer in there also was that, your body's not used to burning this much calories and stuff. And it's going to be normal for your energy levels to be kind of like up and down in the first couple of days, but keep drinking water, it'll go through. And he responds, right? You want to get these responses. He's like, that makes total sense. Like, yeah, my body is burning more calories. I have been more active in the past couple of days. And then like, he's showing that he trusts me, and I'm putting it out there online, right? So those are just like little things, tips for you guys. There was something else. There's another really good tip that I was thinking about. Oh yeah. Okay. So when you guys talk to anyone, okay, this is really when you guys are talking to people in the DM, meeting people in person, I want you guys to get into the habit of always taking people to the next step. What is the next step? What do you want them to do? Right? Whatever it is that you want them to do, you have to ask for it. If you don't ask, you're not going to get it. Okay.
Mhm.
Very, very, very simple. Just like, if you want them to start referring friends, you should like, hey, like you should start sharing this. Do you know anyone that wants to that needs more energy? Right. If you don't ask that question, they're going to just keep it to themselves. So just keep on asking them, like you have a customer. I want you guys to think about, what do I want this customer to do?
Oh,
Right.
I'm so
What do you want
glad
them to do?
you said that, because honestly, if you guys reach out, even just an activity for you to do tomorrow, okay? It could be tonight, but tomorrow, right? Because you'll have more time and it won't be as late unless you see that person already active, whatever. But reach out to all your customers and ask them if they'd be interested in thriving for free in February. That you are on a massive goal, like mission, to help every person, because this elite is blowing your mind. You want to help everybody get their products for free next month, right? Reach out to everybody that sampled and ask them if they're willing to share their testimony. Okay. Ask them, or maybe you decide that you're going to do a drawing, that you're going to give away some credits or a sample of Elite, right? To anybody that shares their testimony. Doesn't matter what product, what it is. And then you're going to help them get from customers. I got to say this, and nobody hate me for it. Quit spending so much time talking to thrivers. Okay. I'm just going to be straight up. Your business is not going to grow talking to thrivers. Okay. And I found that I was spending way too much time in the mornings, my time that I have to work my business, answering a bazillion questions. So I had to, guys, for my sake of all things. Okay. Because I'll get distracted and feel bad if I don't help somebody answer something. Okay. So, you know what your list is, right? Every day I try to go pop in a chat and, we'll try to give some ideas and stuff. But to be honest, you guys, unless you're brand new, you know that you need to connect with people. You know, you need to post some content. You know, you need to reach out and follow up. You know, as soon as you log into your cloud office, you're 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? However, most people just aren't disciplined to actually do it. However, before you start talking to a bunch of thrivers, do your follow-up. Reach out to your samplers, reach out to your customers. Because guess what? If they just woke up and you see that they're active, they should have already taken their Thrive for the day. So ask them how they're feeling this morning. right? And if they haven't taken it, this is their cue. Take it. But start making sure that you're doing this right out of the gate, because guess what? Most people in the morning, what is relevant for them? They're tired. So you sharing how you're feeling, or sharing a testimony, or them feeling that time of the day is going to be the time of the day that most people are going to relate to them sharing their own testimony of how they're feeling and helping them separate. So I want to strongly encourage you guys, 80 do like the 80-20 rule, right? Obviously you need to come to the team page or come to the chat to ask questions, and so forth, but get yourself a list before you go to bed at night. Create like a 5 or 6 things that you want to do. Or for me, I do the same thing every day, right? I'll do my birthdays to non-thrivers first. Sure, I'm going to tell thrivers happy birthday as I'm talking to them throughout the day or whatever, but I'm always going to spend my time on non-thrivers first. I'm going to reach out to non-thrivers birthdays. I'm going to reach out to people that, and by non-thrivers, I mean promoters. I'm going to reach out to my samplers, people that have asked me about the product before, people that I haven't followed up with yet, that I need to follow up with, that I know would love this weight loss, the whole elite, right? But making sure I get a post up of some kind that's going to be like inspirational or educational or whatever, just anyway, sharing part of my testimony or my journey. But make sure you're spending time doing that stuff first before you get too chitty chatty, because that's not going to get you anywhere. And I want to encourage you to do that, because I know a lot of people can get really, really easy to fall into that habit. And Jackie, there was something that you said. Oh yeah. The whole thing with yes, people can join without, like, new promoters can join without getting an upgrade pack. Really make sure you see the value of why they need to get an upgrade pack. Okay. Because, like, if they don't have samples to give people, knowing what we know about samples, a lot of people are going to ask about samples, right? If they don't get those samples, then even if it's the mail outs, whatever, and they get some of those when they buy one of the upgrade packs, and that value in itself is like, like, honest guys, that is like, people need to have that to run their business and actually grow. Now, some people aren't going to try to go after VIP. A lot of times, you guys, that's because they don't believe they can hit it. You have to believe in them before they believe in them. So, like, girl, you can hit this, or guy, or whatever. Like, listen, people hit this without even, like, really even thinking about it, as long as you're sharing it and you're trying to help a couple people. Like, do you know 2 friends that could utilize, like, having more energy, have weight loss? Sometimes you got to flip the wording from it being about the bonus, but do you have 2 friends that need more energy, are tired, don't have any focus, that want to lose weight? Do you have 2 friends that could utilize some extra money, making, like, by sharing stuff on their phone, plus getting their products for free? When people hear it like that, they can think of a couple people that could really that would really enjoy this. And then boom, before they know it, they just hit their first rank. And that is how it's done. It's like, literally, that's how it's done. Quit thinking about it as like this VIP, whatever. That is a lingo that only we talk about. That is not something that other people can relate to. So you've got to put it down in layman's terms of, could you, do you know somebody that would like to, earn an extra $200 a month? Let's get them, like, shooting. You want to under promise and over deliver.
I always mess that one up.
I
Like,
know, that's why I took so long saying it, because I was afraid I was gonna mess it up.
I want to talk about double triple, because that's happening right now, and we were talking about like signing promoters and stuff. I usually do not sign a free promoter. They'll always have some kind of product in their hands, and it's all timing, because obviously, like, sometimes you'll get a really good customer who's like, oh my God, I'm so excited. A couple days in, I want to promote this. It's like, all right, great. Well, the product that you have right now, start sampling it out as much as you can or whatever, right? And then, when they do get the upgrade package, like usually I'll push them to get an upgrade package. Just because like they're about to run out of their stash for one. I need them to have product on hand for two later, right? Now our packs are more evenly distributed. So the months are even. So that is different now, right? But as soon as they get one of those packs, like now they have those promo codes. And I'm going to tell you guys, when I first started this business, I was throwing out samples out there and it was crazy, right? I put up samples and like, I got a 800 pack, it was gone. I got a 400 pack, it was gone. But I don't know what it was. I was so bad. I was so bad. I was vomiting on people, right? When I first started the business, I was just like throwing it out there like candy. And for some reason, my samples were not converting for the life of me, you guys. And it was crazy because I look back at that and I'm like, wow, I literally blew out like $1,200. And I don't mean this to scare any of you guys. Now we're so much better and well trained on how to actually sample properly. I was not before. I was throwing a bunch of stuff in a bag and it looked like, I always share this that, like I was sending out like 3 and 4 day samples or whatever, putting it all in a Ziploc baggie, just all over the place, no instructions, right? And people were getting this bag full of product and be like, oh my gosh, this is so much. Like, wow, like, thank you. But they thought that they were Thrive Rich. The way that I was giving it to them, you guys, the way that I was giving them a bag of stuff, right? They were looking at it like, wow, this is going to last me forever. I actually started, this thing where I was actually packaging each day, like day one, day two, day three. I simplified it and that changed my business. So instead of sending out all those samples and not getting anything back, I started getting back like 7 out of 10 people would order. But in the first part of my business, you guys, when I first started and I was like giving samples out like that, the way that I was doing it, like there were so many people that I ruined and I confused because I was just giving it to them so sloppy. And then like, some of them I didn't even get back. Some of them, they've heard about Thrive from me back in 2018, wasn't able to get them back. That was probably one of my biggest mistakes. But when I look back at the first people that ordered with me, they didn't go on a sample, you guys. They just bought the product. Sometimes you just have to lead with the product and like, do you want change? Do you want to do this? I got some promo codes. Like, do you want it or not? And they will just do it because our price points, you guys, are very affordable. It is very affordable. And I did have a pretty good testimonial too when I started, just because like, when it comes to price and if somebody's talking to you about like, oh, it's a little expensive, I don't have the money right now. I share as like feel, felt, found. I'm like, you know what? I was the same way. When I first started, I thought that it was going to be a lot of money, but my first week of having, Thrive in my system, all of my food in my fridge was going bad. And I was spending a lot of money on food. So I literally saved so much money weekly because I was able to cut down my groceries because I wasn't needing these like snacks and all these like things anymore, right? So sharing things like that, it's always, if you guys have a really amazing experience and you guys were super skeptic along the way, like I believe for sure, like, and maybe you guys can relate to this, right? I believe that the reason why I can help so many people was because I was that person with every freaking objection in the book, right? Oh, I'm going to work out. Oh, I'm going to do this. Like I had everything, right? Because Thrive pretty much debunked all my myths that I was putting on myself, right? It debunked everything.
I think that's important for people to understand is that, here's the thing. It's all about the way you look at it, right? So like I'm the same way for the most part. If somebody tells me that they're wanting to order this, then I want them to just get started on at least the 30 days. Okay. And I make sure that they understand that you're not going to get the results that you want in 30 days and then you're just going to quit. So like I want them thriving for free as quickly as possible. And I know that they're going to need more than 1 month because you're not going to undo whatever it is that you're trying to achieve like the weight, if you have like weight that you want to lose, or to get fit or whatever, in 30 days, you're not just going to quit trying to maintain that lifestyle or whatever. And you're certainly probably not going to achieve whatever goal you want to be at, right? Your
And
optimal fitness.
you need them thriving every single day the right
Yes.
way, you guys.
Right.
That's the one of the most important things. Like, I heard, like, I just, like, I'm always in like chats and stuff. Like, don't let your customers tell you, oh, I'm just gonna see what happens if I stop taking it for a couple days. You need to be real with them and just be like, if you stop taking it for a couple days, like, you're pretty much going from like putting 91 gas into your car, right? Like premium gas into your car. And the day that you stop, you're basically on empty. You just hit a wall. Okay. Like, super, super important. I always like share that with people, like, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to go from like premium gas to zero?
I'm
Right.
going to share about a customer of mine who, since the beginning of time, right, and I mean since 2017, she has literally only ordered Lifestyle Mix. Okay. And she wants to achieve this weight loss, and she wants to have the results that Thrive gives you. For the life of me, I cannot get this woman to understand about the 3 steps. Now, mind you, she is a very smart nurse. And nurses, me, we're very non-compliant about anything to take care of ourselves. And we also are just the most non-compliant when it comes to taking medicine or anything, or taking supplements or whatever. Okay. And this woman, she messaged me about Elite. Is it the 3 steps? And I'm like, no. I'm like, yes, it is 3 steps, but it is different formula. And I said it's the same formula plus added. And anyways, I sent her the difference of it. I sent her why it was different. I mean, I spelled it out for her. This woman will spend $200 on Lifestyle Mix, but for the life of me cannot understand the 3 steps, okay, and how much it is. Well, I explained that if she would like to, she could use Klarna. By the way, if somebody does use Klarna, for those that don't know, they need to get the Klarna app, or maybe they can do it on the website. I don't know. And they have to utilize a one-time card. Once they click that one-time card, it'll say, put in your website link that you want to utilize. Okay. And you literally on the Klarna app, type in the link for whoever's website you're signing up on. All right. And then you can put in the amount that your order total is in the one-time Klarna card, and then it'll be dispersed over however many payments. Okay. But just in case anybody wondered, because no, Klarna is not listed when you go to check out on our website. But if you go to the Klarna app, you can do it all from there, and you basically do it within the app. Anyhow, that's a whole nother story. And the best way I can tell you to do that. So I had to do this for this woman to explain it to her. You guys, hold on. I'm believing that tonight we actually did it. I think she finally signed up for it. And she's actually going to take the 3 steps after 6 years of trying to get her to take the 3 steps, the full system, because, you're going to have customers that say, well, that doesn't work, but then they don't want to drink the Lifestyle Mix. Guess what? You're not going to get the same results of all 3 steps if you don't drink the Lifestyle Mix, because you're not getting the whole program. Okay. So it's super important that if somebody tells you they just want the DFT, that they understand they are not going to get the full on Thrive effects if they just slap a DFT on them. Why? Because they're literally just getting the DFT that has some of the stuff in it to help circulate within their system. Now, mind you, the Elite, you guys, it's definitely next level. And you definitely will notice it. And if you notice that you have any residual after you take it off, which I'll be taking mine off, so I'll go ahead and show you. I know that I drank plenty of water today, because guess what? I don't have hardly anything left on my skin, right? So if you have a lot of stuff left on your skin, once you take off your DFT, like if you have a lot of color, now Black Label is a different story because of the B vitamins. Okay, it's gonna leave a stain of like an orangey red color. But the more stain you have left over, you guys, means that you need to drink more water. You're not drinking enough. With this, the yuckier this looks when you take it off, the more the person is detoxing. Okay, so if this looks like gross and that, see how mine's nice and clean? I've already worked through the detox process. This did not look like this last week when I took it off. This still had stuff left over on my arm last week when I take it off. If you have somebody that's previously had some irritation from the DFT, I'm going to tell you, clean as a whistle. It literally comes off so much easier too. Like you can yeah, I mean, on the borders, I'll have a little bit, but it washes right off. This washes off a lot easier. It also sticks. Tim usually has a hard time with them sticking. They are literally staying on him now, not falling off, but also less irritation. I at least all my customers and myself have had, like you can see, like I don't have like anything at all. It might look a little bit red in the camera, but that's just because I just took it off, but it's not red at all. So in case you have anybody, but like I said, if this is really gross, think about those things that you put on the bottom of your feet. All right. So if it looks like really nasty when you take it off, it's that person's probably detoxing, and they may feel like crap, you guys. They may have a headache. They may feel like yucky. Look up the effects of detoxing just so you can be prepared and help somebody. But I do want to encourage you guys that if you have customers that don't know the value of the 3 steps, like samples are literally to teach somebody the easiness. Okay, they may or may not feel anything after this first 3 days. It may just help them get their, understand what it is, what it tastes like, how they may feel, the simplicity of the system. However, I normally utilize samples for a couple things. Exposure. Okay. For one, if I'm sampling, I can tag people I'm sampling. I can have them share posts. I can have them create free customer accounts. I can have them go through the funnel. I can have them refer people. I can have them help me spread the word what they have. So samples give me the ability to tag different people, different states, different show people. I can send them out in the mail, or I can send them through my cloud office or whatever. But samples are literally to teach people the simplicity of it. And samples are also to, maybe you have somebody that, say they started and they wanted balance. They necessarily didn't think they'd be interested in the 3 steps. However, I want to show them why everybody can utilize the 3 steps. So that person, maybe they've ordered for 3 months in a row, and I decide I'm going to send a sample to that customer now as a thank you for being a loyal customer to me and consistently ordering. And I'm going to take a picture of sending a sample out if I'm mailing it, and tag them and say, thank you so much for, being a loyal customer to me. I hope you enjoy this 3-step sample.
I do that too, but honestly, just gonna say I'm more aggressive than that. If they buy a plus line product from me, I'm like, I'm gonna send you a sample just because this is what I love. This is what everybody loves. Like, that's cute. You're doing the plus line product, but here you go. Like, hopefully you like this one too, because that's like what our company is literally about, right? There's that. And then I was gonna talk about samples. Oh, yes. I don't know if you guys have started sampling Elite yet, and I know it's super limited. Like, even for myself, I don't have a whole lot of product on me, right? Like, we don't have an abundance of Elite at the very moment, but if you guys do invest by getting one of those upgrade packs, like, reach out to your current customers and just let them know. Just say, hey, are you interested in trying the new Elite? Even if you give them 1 day. So it's going to be a little bit different. If you guys have already had a thriver that's thrived with you before, they've been on the products before, even if they were just on the products for like a month, even if you were to give a current thriver or somebody who's already in your system 1 day, just be like, hey, I want to give you 1 day. Like, I want you to see if you can feel the difference, right? Just tell them that. I guarantee you they're going to be able to feel the difference. I haven't heard from one person yet that they don't like it. Every person that I have got to try Elite, do I have any new ones? I do have some new Elite people, but all the old ones that have tried the products, they love it. They're like, wow, I can feel this one more. It's a little bit different. Like they notice that the shake is a little bit different. They're noticing these things, and they're just having a different day. But so far the reviews are great, you guys. So it's just a little tip. If you guys are willing to invest into your business and get those samples out, obviously if you guys are doing a couple days, like, sell the products, right? Sell these samples so that you guys can recover some of your money, because we don't have an abundance of the stuff laying around, right? But I guarantee you, just get it into people's hands that, maybe they're already even in your system, right? Maybe you can convert them over to hop on Elite. What happened, Amanda?
My one dog just attacked the other one. So I was like, oh,
Oh no.
I heard them out there and I was like, oh no, that's in the background.
But yeah, sample out Elite, even to people who already have it. Like, reach out to them and just keep that in mind, you guys. Every time you talk to somebody, take them to the next step, right? Even if they're not thriving yet, like, how do you get them thriving? Just tell them, like, hey, when are you going to finally thrive with me, right? If you have a really good friend who's like sitting in front of you with a coffee cup, like, you can straight up tell them, like, when are you going to thrive with me? Like, just ask people like what you want them to do. Like, just ask them, because you're not going to get a yes if you don't ask, right? You just have to take them to the next step every single time. Even if it's a customer who's loving their Thrive experience and you follow up with them, they're like, yeah, I'm feeling great. It's like, cool. When are you going to start telling your friends about it? Like, just ask them, right? Just the next response should literally be what you want them to do next. Lead them, right? Lead them to the next step. Just throw it out there. Most of the time people are just like, I didn't even think about that. Like, I promise you, they're not thinking like, oh my God, she's attacking me. They literally are probably not even thinking of these things. And when you bring it up for the first time, they're like, okay.
You
Like,
have
okay.
to remember, by you telling them this, you guys, you're helping them. Okay. Like, you're helping them get the sample. You're helping them get their product for free. You're helping them, if they need an opportunity, put money in their family's pocket. Okay. So don't think that you're doing this and it's a selfish thing for you to do this. Yes, you're building a business, but you guys, you're literally giving, like, I was told this when I first started in this industry. Obviously a closed mouth is a closed business, but if I don't share it, I can't help change somebody else's life that maybe desperately needs it. So think about it that way. It's like, if you keep it to yourself, it's kind of selfish. For me, I'm glad that, as much of a hater as I was and as skeptic as I was, I'm so glad I finally broke down my wall and I gave it a try. And as soon as I tried it in that afternoon, I knew I had to tell everybody, because I was going to tell everybody anyways. I was like, oh my gosh, I feel amazing, and then it was just like blah, and I blabbed it everywhere. So I knew I had to promote it, because yeah, and then the opportunity just so happened to be incredible. And having a business that you can literally run for free, get your product for free, not have to pay your website fee. It's all win-win, and they literally drop all this stuff at us. So if you run your business correctly, you shouldn't have to be buying your product. And you should be able to get credits or make enough profit. Okay. If you're getting a paycheck, then technically you can utilize that paycheck to buy your product, and your product is free. Because when you run a store, what do you have to do? If you own a brick and mortar store, what do you have to do? You have to buy the product to put on your shelf, right? Yes, you do. You have to buy the product to turn around and sell it. And then you have to use some of the profits to turn around and buy more supplies and products, right? So not everything is going to be a plus, but if you are making $100 a month, then that $100 a month, yes, obviously you're probably going to have to put back into your business so that you can continue to use, because you taking the product is literally that's literally what you are promoting, right? It's, you want to be able to take it, but you also want to be able to share it. But why would somebody buy something from somebody that's not even, doesn't even see the value of taking it? I guess is what I'm getting at here, because it's hard for you to have a really strong testimony if you yourself, now health wise, medical wise, you can't take it for a reason. That's a whole different story. But you can also switch gears and you can share testimonies and so forth, but you could still utilize something, whether it's a skincare line or whatever, to share, right?
Melinda in the chat, she says that she's glad that she hears of some people sampling elite, because some people are saying that they're not. And it is understandable. I mean, we don't have a whole lot of elite. Like I literally have whatever's left for the month, and then I have the other one, and I'm not giving away anything from my next month until I get another package in, because I don't know.
I'm waiting to get my products. I actually am not sampling elite yet, only because I want to make sure that I have plenty. I do not want to run out. So I'm being a little stingy, because I let Tim take some of mine until his came yesterday. So
last thing I just want to share with you guys is make sure you guys are thriving loud and proud. Okay. I actually had two of my very own personally enrolled, like, they're, in now the business, but they reached out to me today. And they're like, oh my God, I heard like so-and-so's thriving and he sent me his patch and all these things. And I'm like, it could have been you, right? Like if you don't share it, somebody else will. Yep. Right. And you want to make sure that your friends, this was one of the lines, like I hopped on a very first opportunity call when, like, 4.5 years ago, I went on, I didn't even have my picture up. You didn't even know it was my name. It just had like a J, whatever, right? Like that's how discreet I was hopping onto this call. And one of the things I heard was, if your friends are going to be thriving, they might as well thrive with you, right? I had two friends today reach out to me about the same person, like, oh my God, you got so-and-so thriving. I'm like, well, it wasn't hard. He was in my inbox because I was the only freaking person he knew posting about it, right? It could have been you. You guys see him all the time, right?
yeah, that's a really good thing. If your mouth is shut, then don't be mad when somebody joins somebody else that was actually sharing it, or somebody else that told them about the opportunity and you never talked about that opportunity, because people do not know what you do not tell them. And just like Jackie has said multiple times, you guys, your customers do not know to share it with their friends, or that they could get this product for free, or that they could even earn any money. Like they don't know until you tell them. So, and they don't know how to thrive for free. They don't know how to hit VIP bonuses without you telling them, right? So like as their promoter, it's our jobs to share those things and to create those messages. And like if you suck at like communicating that stuff, maybe get a list that you type the stuff up that you send to your new customer, that you say, you're starting it. Make sure if you want to get it free, if you know two people, to let them know. Let me know if you have any questions. If like you just are not very good at having those conversations, get little guides or something. Obviously,
that is a system. Like that's literally a system. It will change your business entirely, especially like the more you want to talk to people. I definitely have one of those. There's no way that I can operate the way that I do with like all the kids and all the travel and all the team without having systems, you guys. It's really simple once you guys get it down.
Yep.
Yeah.
A little guide that tells people exactly how to take day one, like how to take their 3 steps. You guys, there are tons of these papers on our page, on the Dream Team training page. And if there's not a resource, create a resource and then share it, please, with everybody, because something that works for me may not work for you, but it may work for others. And I love when you guys create stuff and share it. So please never think that you are underqualified. You absolutely are overqualified. You just have to believe in yourself enough to share it. Okay. So I love each one of you guys. I hope everybody has an incredible night. I'll get this recording up ASAP. And it will be on the Dream Team training page as well as on my YouTube channel. So love you guys. Everybody have a great night and believe in yourselves, because you absolutely can rock this. So good night.